Okay, so let's start with experience points. Gustav, what are you buying for your hard-earned XP?
We're not at the point we could learn languages or anything like that yet, right?
Not yet, no. But after the trip, yes, you will be, if you want.
Can I take schemer?
Yeah, sure, of course.
Okay.
Johannes?
So I'm trying to decide. I'm sort of between three things. I could finish out my weapon skill bonus, which wouldn't be bad. That would give me a 45 weapon skill. I could take another wound to get myself up to 15 wounds.
That's actually always a good idea.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Or I could take magical sense because I've been sensing magic all over the ship.
Yeah, sure. Magical sense, of course.
I feel like magical sense, I mean, it might not help me now, but I feel like once we get to Lustria, it might be useful.
Okay.
You had a vision from Sigmar too, so...
Yeah.
Oops.
So you're going towards the anointed priest career, yes?
Well, I'm in the lay priest career, and yeah, I guess technically, let's see, well, it tells me I can be a friar, an initiate, or a priest as an exit.
Mm-hmm.
Friar Tuck.
Yes.
Okay, so magical sense for you this. Also read about how this works. You can detect winds of magic with it, but you will need to test willpower, and if you fail, well, then you can get insanity point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
cool.
because magical sense, when you get it, you can turn it off. You will practically always see winds of magic. Cheers, thank you.
What?
I needed that. Maybe there's another orifice that you want to make a sound with, Michael.
Check back in about 10 minutes. We'll see.
Thank you. So anyway.
Oh man, you should have been in my house this morning, man. Apparently they had a chicken wing fest last night, and the the smells this morning upstairs were pretty horrible.
Fuck.
My son and daughter playing video games, eating spicy chicken wings.
Thick atmosphere, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my wife, of course, sprayed something to make it smell better, and so then it smelled like shit.
Yeah.
Fucking shit.
Yeah.
Shit in the woods.
The classic mix of kid farts and Halo.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh god.
Anyway, yeah, Johannes. Once you get magical sense, you can't really turn it off. So you always really see winds of magic, but when you have it, like when you just bought it, so when you just developed it, you really see only something like on the edges of your vision. Movements, strange colors, stuff like that. And then if you want to focus on something, then you need to make willpower test. If you pass, you can see if this thing is magical or not. If, for example, it's uncanny or just practically completely normal. But if you fail, then there's a chance that you've seen something bad. If you know what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 100 for you. Lambert, what about you?
I'm upping my willy power.
Willy power, nice. So now you have bigger willy.
Now I have bigger willy.
Okay. How long is your willy right now?
My willy right now. Oh shit! I mistyped.
45 inches.
Oh my god!
No, that was right. 53. 53.
I think that's some kind of mutation. Sounds horrible.
Crown of flesh.
Or very impressive. Depends on who you ask. 53 willpower. Okay, so who's making notes today?
Me.
Okay. You have the document already prepared. So, last time, the Maiden of Manann sailed from Marienburg and travels west. First, it will stop at Languil, and then at Los Cabos in Estalia, before finally hitting the open seas of the Great Ocean. You've joined the crew, and you became the basic sailors, so to speak. They are known, like the basic sailors. They are known as the Green Ones, Green Hands. Mostly volunteers from Marienburg, young and of course, full of enthusiasm. There are also old hands, the experienced seamen, and finally there are so-called branded men, convicts from Reeker's Isle, that were sold to the expedition by the governor to fill out the numbers of the crew. Just a quick recap. The expedition itself is financed by the Colleges of Magic in Audorf, and the representative is one Magister Klaus von Stiftanzer, a licensed wizard from the Light College. The ship is under the command of Captain Marius van der Wiek, Wastelander, of course. His first mate is Willem Bill Schaft. You've spoken to him in Marienburg. There's also Renata Wackliger, the ship's surgeon, and the sailors: 78 old hands, 51 green hands, 46 branded men. Then there are Black Griffins, led by Colonel Zygmunt de Neuval. They are a Reikland mercenary company, very experienced and very well armed and armored. Black powder weapons for everyone, half-plate armor, stuff like that. Zygmunt's right and left hands are the brothers Horst, Otto and Axel. Horst is the standard bearer and bugler of the Griffins, and Otto is the older of the two. And finally, the Black Griffins, there are 88 of them. They are here to keep you safe. Finally, there's Mother Akela, a Mannonite priest of the Order of the Albatross. Definitely unusual looking for old world standards, since she has, ebony black skin. She has a peg leg of narwhal ivory and a necklace of seashells and crab claws, and already during the first few days of the voyage you can see that she's revered among the sailors as a very holy woman and a good luck totem for the ship. Now, tell me, last time, Lambert, you've joined the kitchen, so to speak. You were hired by Guido Barge. Sorry, Guido Barge. Sorry, he's the cook, and he also has two helping hands, Heinz and Helmans. Johannes, you've been mostly staying in the lower deck, hunting rats.
Right.
It's sorry, not the lower deck, the hold, where provisions and ballast are being kept. It's practically filled completely with barrels of food, beer, gunpowder, and ammunition, and the floor is not flat, so walking there is kind of hard and unpleasant. There's of course stagnant bilge water, which gives the hold a persistent reek, and finally there are lots and lots and lots of rats there. You've been spending some time killing them. Gustav, you tried to get hired by Guido Barge as well, but I think that he just saw through your scheme, that you're not really a cook, that you don't really know how to cook. And I also remember that Lambert said loudly that that you can't cook at all. if I recall correctly, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I basically got shot down for the cook job, and that's where I left everything.
Lambert, you also you and Marla joined the kitchen, not just you, but you and Marla. Yeah. So, the maiden. Remind me about two things. First of all, did I mention how the expedition leaders act on deck? I'm not sure I did, but perhaps I told you. I'm not sure.
I don't remember.
I don't think so. No, I don't think I did. Also, who's keeping the calendar up to date? I think Sean, it's your job, right?
Yeah, I was keeping the calendar, and where did I keep that? No, I kept it somewhere.
All I know is that you've already asked for rumors about the expedition. You've learned a few things. For example, that the College of Light haven't paid for this expedition alone. They secured co-founding from the Marienburg merchant house of Knagen, and they actually own the ship and will take a share of the profits once you return from Lustria. That this is Captain van der Veek's first real command in a long time. He had some kind of breakdown and was on shore for 2 years. You also learned that Magister von Stiftanzer has Captain van der Veek under a magical geese, and this expedition is the captain's only way to pay off his debt. And that Van der Veek is deathly afraid of rats and won't abide them on any ship he sails in.
Yeah.
Right. So, as I've mentioned before, you have until 6th of this month to before you reach Languille, the very large port city in Bretonia. Then a couple more days before you reach Los Cabos on the western shore of Estalia.
Okay, so what I have written on the calendar right now is we set sail on the 3rd of Ulrichsite.
Yeah.
We made port in Languille on the 6th.
Oh yeah, we just finished there, I think.
Yeah. And I wasn't clear on it because I wasn't quick enough, but I thought we were going to make port in Los Cabos on the 14th.
Yes, that's actually correct. Okay. You are supposed to reach Los Cabos on 14th, but for now, you've just entered the port city of Languille.
Okay.
Languille is sorry. Yeah, here it is. It is a fortified port city, and from what you've heard from the sailors, it is the capital of the dukedom of Languille. You guess that dukedoms are like provinces of the empire. Now, you've been told that there will be a single day for you to enjoy in Languille before you must return to the ship and continue. But for now, let me very quickly describe one of the two great port cities of Bretonia. Languille does not quite rival Marienburg in size, but is still far larger than most settlements in the Old World. While the Duke's castle rises white and gleaming above the city, most of the population live in squalor, their simple wattle and daub houses, frequently flooding at spring tides. The most famous landmark, or at least one of them, aside from the Duke's castle of course, is the lighthouse of Languille. The most spectacular building in the city is the lighthouse, a relic from when Languille was the elven port of, you've even heard the name, you think the captain told us aloud, of Tor Alessi. It soars over 300 feet above the harbor, its walls so smooth that at first glance they look like a single piece of stone. It is maintained by the so-called brethren of the lighthouse, and it is a frequent destination for elvish visitors to the city. Maiden of Manann, drops the anchor, of course, at one of the docks in Anguille, and first mate Bill yells, "All right, those of you who don't have, who are not on active duty, get out there, have some fun, drink some Bretonian wine, but avoid their ale, and remember, we leave tomorrow morning early. Have fun. The rest of you'll be able to enjoy the city at the start of the evening shift. So I will let you guys tell me if you can currently, if you're currently on duty, or perhaps if you're free right now. It's up to you. Gustav?
I would have avoided any responsibility.
You can't.
So,
just let me be very clear. The last few days before you reach the port, your back and legs ache horribly because you've been constantly, practically working on the deck and under the deck, scrubbing the deck, working sails, stuff like that, moving crates around, or maybe just even, being on watch. But this is a back-breaking hard labor, and when your shift ends, the only thing that you can really do is to flop onto your hammock and go to sleep.
So I'd probably be eager to get off the boat then. So.
Yeah, you are very tired, but this isn't only about you. All of you, Johannes, for example, you as well. When you get out from the hold, you're so just exhausted that you can only sleep, maybe eat something. And Lambert, you and Marla, this ship has more than 200 crew, and you need to cook for all of them. So your work in the kitchen is practically constant, like it's non-stop. The kitchen is also small. It's very hot because there are 3 fireboxes inside, so there's no real ventilation. And few times you and Marla practically fainted. And also one more thing that I really want to emphasize, during those, remember, only few days, practically 3 days, right? There's no way to take a bath on this ship. And even though it's Ulrichside, so it's cold, the work is so hard that you're all constantly, sweaty, tired, just grimy, dirty. Yeah, but there's, except maybe for the expedition's leaders, you don't really have the luxury of taking a bath, or maybe even swap your clothes for something else. Most of the sailors, they only have a single set of clothes. Oh, and one also very important thing, except for your daggers or knives, you are not allowed to have weapons on ship. They are confiscated in the hold. The sailors only have knives or daggers, as I mentioned, but they're mostly utility tools. Their axes, their cutlasses, stuff like that, it's locked. Because, well, mutiny is a thing, right? Only the Black Griffins and, of course, the expedition leaders are allowed weapons. So, yeah.
Okay.
So, Gustav, you want to go and visit the port city, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, Johannes, what about you?
I want to go when the Black Griffins go.
Black Griffins, most of them, they don't really leave the ship, actually.
Ever?
I mean, Kono, Sieglinde gave few of them, their leave. They they can visit the city, but most of them remained on the ship. They are, after all, being paid to watch the ship, so they can't really do that if they will go, for example, to a tavern.
Right.
They've sent like a few younger members of the company to bring something to drink and something to eat from local taverns in Anguille for the rest of the company. But most of them, they remain on the ship and make sure that everything is all right.
Okay, because I think what Johannes, what I would like to do is try to, as a fellow Reichlander, sort of hang out with the Black Griffins and, sort of find out if they have any spiritual needs.
All right. In that case, I will ask you in a second to roll me charm. But in a second, Lambert, what about you?
Me and Marla are going to go out and look for spices.
Spices, all right.
To get away from the ship for a while, maybe hunt down a bath, but also things are going to get pretty tight eventually, so having dried spices will probably be good.
Sure. Do you take Gustav with you?
Sure.
Okay. So, Gustav, Lambert, Marla, 3 of you go into the port. into the port city of Languil. Most of the sailors that are currently on leave, that are able to step on shore, do so, of course, and immediately head for for the nearest tavern. And so you three look for. Do you look for something to drink, or for the bath first, or for spices first?
We'll go for spices.
Okay. In that case, roll me gossip test, of course. Given minus 10%, since you're not from here, but of course many merchants, they do speak Reichspiel, even in Bretonia.
I have streetwise, so that's just going to be an even gossip test.
Yeah, sure. Nice.
Boom.
You've asked about the spices with few of the
Spice for the mind.
with few of the locals. They told you about certain shops and and merchants that are able to sell you some. Noting, of course, that they're not really cheap, so be prepared for that. And
I'm aware.
Yeah, I also presume that your chest is locked with your gear as well. Like you don't have your money chest.
I've got some money, but we should be okay.
When you three walk to the nearest spice shop, that is called like in Bretonian, but you've been told the Reichspiel version is called the Tulip. Marla tells you all that that she's very glad to actually come on shore because most of the sailors are giving her a hard time. There are rude remarks, right? Few slaps here and there. They're not exactly subtle. There was this one time that actually free. If she thinks that they were convicts, cornered her in the lower on the lower deck, on the gun deck where all of you sleep, and only because a small group of black griffins were coming to the waist, coming up. They managed to scare them off because they saw what was going on. She said that she was very afraid.
Well, that's fucked.
Yeah.
Did they have a ringleader?
I don't know. She says. I mean, it was dark, and I think all of them were slightly drunk. I had my knife, but there were like 3 or 4 of them, all big. I don't know what would happen if those mercenaries didn't come through. It's clear that she's afraid to return to the ship. You can tell that.
I think you should stick with Lambert, and if anybody needs anything from the hold, send somebody else.
But I am sticking with Lambert. That said, sometimes I need to go and fetch my stuff from the gun deck, or actually give a meal to either the first mate or one of the leaders, because most sailors, when it's time for a meal, they just create this long line, with plates and with bowls. But of course, expedition leaders, they get their meals delivered to their quarters. And Lambert, both you and Marla were actually, together with Heinz and Hellmans, were sent occasionally, with meals for Van der Wijk or for Sieglinde, for Colonel Neuwald. The only one who takes her meal herself is Mother Akela. But then again, she makes sure that that she's not viewed as some upper class snooty priestess. She's one of the crew, essentially, right?
Gotcha.
Yeah. So yeah, so
maybe we can find you a different posting.
Where? I mean,
I don't know. We talk to the wizard.
When you say that, she looks kind of right.
Yeah, but who's gonna fuck with a wizard?
Magister von Stiftanzer, when you were sailing here, you've heard that he was mostly seasick, and he practically never left his cabin on the way to Languille. You saw him once or maybe twice just before you arrived at the city, and he was seen on deck studying the seabirds that follow in the wake of the ship. He seems very nice, actually, but he also seems like someone who who doesn't really fit. Like you can tell that his mind is somewhere else than on the deck of the ship.
This is the captain?
No, it's the magician.
Oh, okay.
Captain actually is almost always on deck, closely supervising the work of the crew. Though a little standoffish, he seems almost as anxious to make a good impression on the sailors as they are to avoid getting on the wrong side of their captain. And given his supposed reputation for strictness, they find his praise and kind words a little off-putting. And so you've noticed that they continue to keep a respectful distance. As for Colonel Neuwart and her men, it's clear that Sieglinde quickly appears bored by the confines of shipboard life, and so when the weather permits, she gets some of her men up on deck for firing drills and sparring practice. When it doesn't, you've heard that she drinks and plays cards, in moderation of course, with her men on the middle deck. And finally, Mother Akela can be seen practically everywhere aboard the Maiden, visiting every deck and making herself a friend to every soul on board. She spoke to each one of you at least once, maybe sometimes even more. The sailors even rig her a pulley so she can get up to the masts without tangling her peg leg in the rigging. Her tall tales of previous voyages are some of the best entertainment aboard ship, and she will minister to anyone afflicted with seasickness with her own remedy of black pepper and neat brandy. Which, by the way, if anyone had seasickness, once you've reached Languille, it's gone. Yeah. So anyway, there's this rather, let's just say, grim atmosphere after Mara told you what was happening, but you managed to reach the tulip. What spices do you want to buy? The merchant there, of course, he knows Reichspiel, even if he speaks it with outrageous accent. What do you want to buy, Lambert?
1 sec. Alright, so the one thing I wanted to say was, Marla, staying with the kitchen might not be a bad idea. I think you could get away with, when you go to do these things, having a kitchen knife on you, being that it's your working implement, if that helps feel any more protected.
I have a knife on me all the time, Lambert, she says, but I don't think any safer for it. As I mentioned, those 4 guys that cornered me, they had knives as well, and they were big. Maybe I would be able to cut one of them or 2. The others...
If you see any of them again, could you point them out?
She looks at you. You can tell that she's grateful for you asking this, Gustav, but she also says, I don't want us to have any trouble because of this, Gustav. Like, what do you intend to do? If I would point them out, and I'm not going to. As I've mentioned, it was dark. I was under the deck. I didn't see them clearly. They were big and they smelled very badly.
That could be anybody.
Yeah, that's actually true.
All right. Well, in that case, I will pick up some, I guess, some black pepper.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure we're fine on salt. We're fucking surrounded by it.
Yeah. You have lots of salt in the ship.
Bretonia is basically just France, so...
Yeah, that's true.
We'll go with, they probably have Kasha, which is like
Buckwheat?
It's kind of like it's kind of like cinnamon. It's kind of like cloves and cinnamon.
Okay, yeah, sure. Mm-hmm.
It's a fruit that gets dried, and they use that. And we'll pick up some whatever leaf stuff they have. So whatever oregano or thyme they've dried out.
Mm-hmm. No problem.
Anything dry.
Yeah.
Necessarily. So ginger if they have it, but that might be a stretch.
You've rolled 22 under 68, so you found ginger. Sure.
So dried ginger.
Yeah.
All right. I think that should do it. I mean, we could pick up sugar, but sugar's going to be fucking expensive.
Yeah, the sugarcane is very expensive. Yes.
So instead, let's pick up vanilla.
All right.
And we'll pick up probably 5 beans, which will probably be a gold each.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'll do.
Okay, so let's say that for all the spices you pay about, I guess 12 gold crowns, I would say.
Sure.
And by the way, how much do you want to buy?
So in the case of the vanilla beans, I said how much. In the case of everything else, about a pound.
About a pound. So I would probably make it 15 to 17 gold crowns in that case.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. In that case, we'll just say it's 17.
You see the fat Bretonnian merchant. He has those puffy sleeves, not unlike those worn in the Empire, although in that case they are incredibly large to the point that you have no idea how he can actually bend his arms. He's very happy, of course, and he said, "Oui, monsieur. These finest spices in all Anguille, eh? You don't have spices like that in the Empire. No. You Imperials, you almost never spice up your food, no. But
boiled beef and water.
Yes, and that horrible thing you call beer, not proper wine, but here you go." And of course, he packed all of this very nicely. It's a relatively large purchase. I mean, a few pounds of spices, but you know that Guido will probably be very happy to see that.
Good food goes a long way for good morale.
Indeed. May Shalia protect you, and may the lady bless you in your travels, good sirs. And you, fair lady, he says.
If only Gaston was still here, he'd probably get a kick out of this.
Probably. Actually, when you look at the merchant and hear his accent, you think about Gaston. You don't know what happened to him
I think fondly of Gaston running away from the town.
Yes, on his horse.
Riding away from Begenhof.
Yes. And so after that, I presume that you go to one of many taverns in the port of Languille to get something to eat and probably get a bath. As I've said, even after a few days at sea, and remember, it's cold. You all feel
salty and crusty.
Yeah, you all feel like you really need a bath, even more so than when you were chasing the Crimson, this whole Crimson Shade affair in Aldorf during the summer. Johannes.
Yes.
You want to speak to one of the Griffins, yes? Or do you want to perhaps speak to Kono Neuwald herself?
No, just with the rank and file at first.
Okay, yeah, so you wait probably on the... it's called the waist, like the main deck.
Not the poop deck.
No, the poop deck, funnily enough, is the captain steers his ship from there. Actually, the steering wheel is located there. The waist is where most of the work above the on the ship takes place. So you wait for a griffin to come out, and actually, let's say just that two of them emerge. I think I described them to you. They are. Let me quickly see. Yeah. They have full leather armor. They have breastplates. helmets, swords, and bucklers, daggers, and each has a firearm, a black powder, rifle, and of course bandoliers full of ammunition. Their colors, despite them being from Rakeland, are yellow and black. And Johannes, you can roll me Common Knowledge Empire.
Okay. Common Knowledge Empire. There it is.
Mm-hmm. So you know that the colors are they are normally associated with the province of Averland. The province of Averland, they have black and yellow as their main colors.
Okay.
Yeah. So and I also want to note that even the youngest griffins, they look like veterans. Most of them are scarred. It's clear that they know how to use their weapons. They are not, despite sailors calling them glory boys, and feeling salty because the griffins don't have to work on the deck. It's clear that they know how to fight. Yeah. So you think that they actually are preparing to go on shore. You approach them, yes?
Yeah.
All right. So you step in front of them. One of them is a blonde man with impressive mustache. The other one is completely clean shaven. They are talking to each other, laughing when they see that you've crossed their way. The blonde man raises an eyebrow. Can we help you, sailor?
Yes, I was just wondering if you guys would like some accompaniment and perhaps some help in your journey into port today. It's been a while since I've been able to converse with my fellow countrymen.
They look at each other, look at you. The clean-shaven guy, he shrugs. You can join us if you want, of course.
Great.
But you're paying
where are we headed?
You're paying for your own drinks, just so we are clear, he says.
Of course.
We are heading.
I'll pay for yours too.
You don't have to worry about that. And actually, you can see that their purses are quite full. It's obvious that that they've been paid well for this whole job. We are heading for a tavern. Any tavern would do, really. To try this famous Bretonnian wine that we've heard so much about, says the blonde man.
Oh.
And maybe
yes, I've had some before.
And maybe try one of those famous Bretonnian girls, says the other one. Although I heard, and he whispers, that they are pretty bushy down there, if you know what I mean. Maybe friend, huh? You said that you tried Bretonnian wine before. You don't look like someone who tried Bretonnian wine before, if you don't mind me saying that.
I had a friend who was a full-blown Bretonnian knight.
Now they look at you with those rather incredulous looks. You can charm them with plus 10%.
Okay. Okay. And if I can, I'll throw in a little Bretonnian since Mrs. Nuts taught me Bretonnian.
Sure.
Sorry, my. Oh, hey, what's happening here? Charm. There you go.
You've passed.
Oh, passed. Fuck.
Yeah, you maybe even added like a word or two. Merda. Sorry, merda.
Omelette du fromage.
Omelette du fromage. Yeah, you.
Where's the overs?
Yeah, you talk to them about Gaston, maybe about the time that you hang out together. Probably not any major details, but that you knew the man. And they look at you. Oh, by the way, do you tell them your name?
Yeah. I introduced myself as Johannes Knappen.
Yeah. The blonde one is named Ivo. The Ivo Miller. And the clean-shaven guy is Roald Schuster.
Okay.
I've added their names to the chat. And by the way, all of you guys can see the handouts for Black Griffins, Otto and Axel, Mother Akela, Guido, and other major NPCs in the handout section. Signe Neuwald, Klaus von Stiftanzer, and other people. So anyway, you go on shore, and they tell you, so what made you join this expedition, Johannes? They ask you, sorry, not tell you.
Well, partly bad luck in my last endeavors, but I received a calling from Sigmar.
Oh, Sigmar.
Do you guys follow Sigmar?
Of course, we follow Sigmar. We're Reiklanders after all. Says,
you guys heard of this Sigmar?
Ivo sounds almost offended, but he smiles actually when he says that they follow Sigmar. Both of them you see they have very simple wooden pendants of hammers on their necks, hidden under their breastplates. When you ask them, they actually take them out, and each of them kisses their hammer pendant. Yeah. Of course we follow Sigmar. Like, what kind of question is that? I mean, we also give thanks to Manann, obviously, for safe travels on the sea, and it's always a good idea to make sure that Mor is on your side, not to mention Shalia, but yes, Heldenhammer is our god, says Roald. After all, you can be a real Reiklander and not worship Sigmar.
I wholeheartedly agree. It's like you read my mind.
Well, he says I can't really do that. Perhaps this Magister knows how to do such things, he says, and he then spits over his left arm 3 times, probably some kind of superstition.
Yeah, warding off the evil eye.
But well, I guess that it's probably a good thing that we have him on board after all. Maybe he'll be useful once we reach the new world, right? Ivo just
you never know.
nods his head. Yeah.
I mean, the Empire does sanction magic, so he's not one of these crazy hedge wizards or anything. He's an approved order of the Empire.
Well, I mean, says Roald, if you ask me, all of them wizards are they are a nasty bunch. Sure, I've heard that they are legal with this schools that they have and such, but it's a well-known thing that they dabble in dark powers. Like us, the Black Griffins, we often fight against the beastmen in the forests of the Empire. And they have their shamans,
yes,
horrible creatures, twisted and dark, even for the standards of the beastskin, and they can and do summon fell powers from their gnarled staffs topped with human skulls. They consort with otherworldly things, and I think that they are not so different from men like this Steve Tanzer fellow, if you ask me.
Well, yeah, I see what you're saying. I think it's wise to keep an eye on people who use the tools of our enemies.
Well,
you never know.
I mean, says one of them, it's a good thing that at least we have a real priestess on board. Maybe she'll make sure that this magister, won't do anything unwise. Even though I must say that I've never seen a woman, a person like her before. I don't think she's from around here, if you know what I mean. Yeah, but there's something. She's quite easy on the eye, except for the peg leg, perhaps. Yes.
People are into that.
They you say that, they just look at you and they don't say anything. Well, if you say so. Fine.
Yeah, it's a fetish.
Well, right. Where's this then tavern?
Thank you. Hey, if I don't know, is there anybody attending to your spiritual needs on the boat currently?
They look at you, they look at each other. I mean, we pray every night before sleep, and there's
very good, very good.
There's Mother Akela, the priestess that we just mentioned, but we don't have a priest with our company, if that's what you're asking, Johannes.
Yeah, I was just curious. You know, I've been, you know, I have my copy of the Deus Sigmar with me on this trip, and I've been working on some prayers. If you guys would like to pray with me sometime.
So, what you're saying is that you're a priest in the making or something?
Well, I had a vision, and Sigmar told me that I should come on this trip to bring the light and justice of the Empire to foreign lands.
I see. So you're not just a normal deckhand, you're a deckhand inspired by Sigmar. That's impressive, says Ivo. Tell you what, that's all fine, and yeah, sure, we could use a proper prayer now and then, but you probably should speak to our leader, Kono Neuvold. If she's fine with that, I guess maybe she'll let you. That said, you're not one of the griffins, and if you haven't noticed, well, we don't really mix with your lot on deck. Nothing personal. It's just, you know.
Yeah. I understand.
We're us, and you are you. You are by the way just approaching a tavern. You have no idea what it says on the sign. It's unless you know Bretonnian.
I do know Bretonnian.
Okay, so in that case, sorry.
Sure. Let me just double check. Yes, I have speak language.
Yeah,
Bretonnian.
so in that case, you know that it simply says lighthouse. And in fact, you know, the sign also shows a rather rough sketch of Languille Lighthouse, but you can see the similarities. So if you speak to Kono and then you suddenly hear behind you, "Stop right there!" Sorry, it sounds Russian more than French. Stop right there. Okay.
Well, you know, they spoke French in Russia.
Yeah,
right?
In a horribly accented Reichspiel. You all turn around, I presume.
Yes.
You see that approaching you. There's a unit of about 5. You guess that these are the equivalent of watchmen or maybe even soldiers. They are all men. All of them are rather unkempt, so to speak. It looks like first of all, they are extremely dirty. You know, their hair are their hair is lanky. 4 of them wield those strange. You're not sure if these are halberds or maybe burdishes. You have no idea.
Okay.
Their leader, sergeant, who knows, maybe corporal, he has a sword at his hip. The sword looks, even though it's sheathed, it looks like a rather poor weapon, poorly maintained, poorly designed. They have the colors of Languille. In that case, it's well. First of all, sorry, they have the heraldry on their tabards. The heraldry depicts some kind of strange sea beast. It looks like a half lion or maybe half wolf and half something with tail fin. Yeah, they definitely don't look as professional as even the lowliest, you know, imperial watchman slash soldier. So yeah. Also, and their heraldry is mostly it's mostly blue actually.
Okay.
makes sense given that this is, a sea dukedom, like a Bretonnian dukedom associated with the sea. They don't train their weapons at you, but you can feel that your comrades, they tense and perhaps, even subconsciously reach for the hilts of their swords. The leader, he steps forward and he says, "In the name of the Duke of Languille, you are to be detained."
Okay, I try to speak in my best Bretonnian.
In the name of, he says, Duke of Languille, Taubert de Languille. I'm going to enter him in the chat here. You try to speak. What do you say?
Yes. I say, gentlemen, good day. What can we possibly be detained for?
You are breaking the law, he says.
How so, good sir? We just arrived in port.
Well, yes. You've stepped off the ship, and you're Imperials, so you count as peasants. And thus, lances, swords, and plate armor in Bretonia are the reserve of the nobility. As are white, red, and blue cloth, fox, and ermine fur, and pointy shoes, he says. You obviously don't have fox and ermine fur and pointy shoes, nor do you wear anything white, red, and blue. But you carry swords, and he points at, Ivo and Lord. Which means that you are breaking the law. Please come with us. We will escort you to your cell. You hear Ivo saying, hell I will. Actually... Yeah,
I'm sure. I say, gentlemen, this is all just a misunderstanding. We are only just arrived in your fair city, in your fair country, and we are not aware of your customs or laws. I feel like it would be almost an international incident to jail us for a misunderstanding. Would it not be possible to return to our ship and trouble you no more?
Oh, but I wanted to drink something, whispers Rold, almost, in this almost comically set tone. And I wanted to shag a busty Bretonnian wench.
Well, there's nothing to say that. There's nothing to say that I can't, because I don't have armor. But I do have a male coif. Is that considered?
You probably wouldn't. You wouldn't be wearing any armor on board of the ship.
Right. Okay. So I don't have anything. It's like,
no, it's only about your comrades. Really, they are breaking the law, not you, in this case.
No, I understand, good sir, but
oh no, I'm telling you this as a GM, so that you would know that.
Yeah. But so my point is, I'm trying to smooth it over and possibly be like, hey guys, I can get stuff for you and bring it back to the ship.
You want to charm them, so you can charm them.
Who am I charming? The guards or my friend?
Probably now you are more centered on not getting arrested. So I would say that probably the guards.
Okay.
Roll me plus 10 charm since you are doing a good job with trying to. Nice.
Yay.
Yeah. So what happens is that you spend a good 15 minutes sweet-talking them. You quickly learn not to use terms like diplomatic incidents because it's clear that those people are very simple. Even for like watchman standards, they two of them actually they almost have imbecilic looks on their faces. Clearly maybe something with
we're talking dueling banjos.
No, rather with their parents being related or stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that was all Brazilian.
No, no. So you make your your best to just diffuse this whole situation. Finally, the men-at-arms sergeant, or rather, the main yeoman, so to speak, because you've learned that these men are called yeomen. Actually, you remember that Gaston told you about them, that they are like foot troops, basic troops for in Bretonnian military, of course, only made from the peasants, and because of that they are they are practically treated like shit. Yeah.
That's why I was trying to be nice to them.
Yeah. That said, also you remember that Gaston told you that yeomen are actually the elite peasant warriors of Britannia, as opposed to the so-called men-at-arms, and that yeomen actually usually they lead them.
Okay.
Look, like as I said, looking at the two imbeciles, you don't really see the elite. The leader is called Yeoman Warden, or Sergeant. He finally says, very well. In that case, you can return to your ship, but you must not leave it with a sword at your hip or the lance. It is forbidden by the laws of our fair nation. And now let us escort you back. And
Alrighty then.
Fortunately, Ivo and Rold, they didn't object to that. They were just rather happy that this whole thing did not escalate anymore. Since it's obvious that the Black Griffins are professional soldiers, engaging engaging Bretonnian men-at-arms in combat probably would not be very wise.
Well, it's not worth it. They're not getting paid to street brawl.
Yeah, I mean street brawl. You know that this would not be a brawl. That probably steel would be drawn and blood would be shed. So that would be a very serious situation. So you are escorted back to your ship. Gustav, Lambert, and Mala, you also eventually returned. For now, but I can see that Michael wanted a short break. I also need to take a short break, probably like.
Okay.
Actually, I'm not so sure if it's going to be a short one. I will try to make it as short as possible, but I can be away for like 15 to 20 minutes. I will let you guys know. For now, we take a break.
Of course.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. I'll be back.
Sure.
Yeah. Thanks.
That's good. So you grab that bed, and night me. Oh, if that's good, he loves you too. Daddy loves you.
All right, what's up? Hello. Hello.
Someone there?
Ah!
Yes.
Hey, what's up?
Not much.
Nobody was here when I checked a little bit ago, so I decided.
Yeah, sorry.
Screen.
I'm cleaning my pistol. And apparently, I used to clean it after every time I shot, and then I got lazy and
Is
feel
this
bad
like
because-
do you get off at having people hear you cleaning your pistol, or?
No, not at all. It just I have a shooting class to go to.
I understand
tonight,
that shooting in your old age is kind of difficult, but you gotta clean it now.
Yeah, I do. Well, I mean, I don't have to, but I am.
I'm making illusions that you are jerking off.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Cleaning your pistol after every time you shoot.
Well,
Oh
I thought
man!
this break would be longer, and I started making some pasta salad.
ah, okay. Well,
Well,
I
what a
think
long
breaks-
and involved thing to do.
Not really, not really. I have a pasta boat we use in the microwave. It's fucking amazing. It's like the best invention of the last 40 years.
The bacon plate.
Bacon plate.
The bacon
What
plate.
else do you use it for, though? Do you use it for other stuff?
My bacon plate?
Yeah.
Any thin sliced meat, really.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, just
You do like Euro meat and stuff.
Yeah, just taking a bunch of grease off of it.
But what if you like grease?
Maybe I don't like bacon that much.
I live with this guy.
Maybe I said that
yeah.
yesterday, and my dad looked at me like he wasn't my dad.
Actually, no. It was Keith. Me and Keith, we were roommates once, and we were moving out, and he's like, "Hey, do you want this thing? Like, I don't use it for anything." I'm like, "Dude, that's a fucking pasta boat. You realize that, right?" He's like, "I don't care. It's not useful at all." I'm like, "That's the most useful thing anyone's ever given me." I could steam vegetables with it. Like, I used it until the handles broke, man. Like 10 years. I had to get a new one.
Okay, sounds good.
Anyway, yeah, you can do pasta pretty quick in one. I had a bunch of cherry tomatoes I just chopped up real quick, and some cucumber, and throw that with some Italian dressing in there, I guess.
Sounds good. I'd eat it.
I'd pee in his butt.
Something like that. Ugh. But yeah, so you like how I'm trying to kiss the ass of the soldiers?
Oh my god, I need
What's
this
the
vacation.
You trying to be close to the action when shit happens?
I don't even know if it's that so much. It's just you know, if I'm gonna be Sigmari, I might as well do it with the Sigmariest dudes on the boat. You know what I mean?
I've been
But
meaning
yeah.
to talk to the ship's doctor.
You should. you 100% should. Well, actually, I think there is a little bit of subterfuge on my part in the sense that, hey, if I can make friends with these mercenaries, maybe I can hire them to come and kill some fucking halflings in Bogenhofen. You know.
He's still on
I think
the
if you make them too devout, you might have a problem convincing them to do that.
No. They are enemies of the Empire. 100%.
You need some Renault in your life.
Yeah, that'll go over well. Y'all motherfuckers need Sigmar. Yeah, but anyway, so that was just my take for the day. I was like, hey, wait a minute. Make my newfound religion actually do work for me.
I will be right back. I'm gonna stir my pasta.
Yeah, no worries.
I'm a little worried.
I think Michael, maybe it was bath time because he said it might take him up to 20 minutes.
Oh no!
So
That's all right.
It's always nice when you put your firearm back together and it works.
So when you have it back together, do you just like load around and fire it off real quick?
No. I just make sure that the trigger is working as I expect it to, and then I fire it when I'm in the range.
Doesn't sound like you're that sure about it.
No, I'm positive. But
I'm not. You should probably load it.
yeah, there you go. Actually, you know, they were talking about that one time. One of the things they're like, "Hey, you guys all have a bucket of sand and where you clean your guns, right?" And I'm like, no. I guess I should, huh? But, yeah, and you know, the talk of negligent discharge always comes up. But my theory is that if I just always, even if I know 100% know that it is not loaded, I'm gonna check to see if it's loaded. Right before I do anything with the trigger.
Guess.
That's kind of how I live my life.
I check mine by after it's back together. I look down the barrel and pull the trigger to make sure everything works.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds like that sounds like that's in the NRA manual.
NRA? I'm not in the NRA.
I know you're not. The Socialist Rifle Association.
Not that either, man.
I know.
I'm not gonna regulate shit. Like I have a gun. I have a license for it, and if I do anything with it, most of the time it's I go to the shooting range
Right.
when I feel like shooting my gun. I don't even really have a. I think here's the saddest one. I think I have 3 rounds
Oh, okay.
in the house.
Mm.
I don't have any more.
Mhm.
Ammunition is so fucking expensive.
It is expensive.
And I only pick up like pretty cheap 9mm when I go to the range.
Yeah. Yeah. I just bought some more. There was a sale for 20 cents a round, and I was like, zoink.
Yeah.
But yeah, out here you don't need shit. you, you can have as many guns. No, you don't even need CCW anymore. To carry, but it's stupid.
What is it
What is what?
that you have?
Oh, what the gun that I'm cleaning? It's a Glock 17. Nothing fancy.
I gotcha.
I just you know, I knew I wanted 9mm because it's kind of like ubiquitous. Even though my buddy's like, you 9mm pussy, you need at least 40 caliber. Like whatever. My reasoning was that in the apocalypse, there's a lot of yahoos around here with 9mm that I can probably steal. But anyway, I like the Glock just because you can beat the shit out of it and it still works.
Nice.
Although I have had a couple times where a slide doesn't lock open after the last round, but that's like not all the time. It's just sometimes. And that's really more annoying than anything else. But yeah, I practiced the other day. I rent because I got a membership over here, and you get free rental. So I was like, let me try that 43X, and it was essentially what I already knew about myself and short barrel guns. I suck.
Nice. I had picked up a SIG P226 from a friend of mine. So it's nice. It's easy to clean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was vacillating between the 320 and the Glock 17, and it was around the time that there was a lot of stuff in the news about SIGs going, police departments getting rid of all their P320s because they were going off all the time. And I was like, but
I'd like a USP, but they're so fucking expensive.
Yeah.
I like HK. They make some pretty good stuff, but man, that USP is like $1,800 fucking dollars. It's
right.
ridiculous.
Well, I mean, my chiropractor has a staccato.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, and he was like, I really regret buying this. It's a great gun, but it's like, once I finally like figured out how to use my Glock, I was like, why did I buy the staccato?
That's like a what, $3,500 gun?
At least.
Shit's ridiculous.
Yeah, I saw.
For 9 mil at $3,500. No, fuck that. Get something bigger. Get a 45.
Yeah. Oh man, and I was
what are you worried about it not at $3,500? Like, you can get a fucking hard point. They're shit, but like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna do the same fucking thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've seen guys. There was one guy who was saying like, oh, well, I'm actually, I can shoot much more precisely with a staccato. I'm like, okay, good for you. I'm just like, buying expensive golf clubs doesn't make me a better golfer.
That's true. Buying cheap ones do make you worse, though.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I only need to get one round.
Right. Well, I mean, that's just it. It's kind of a funny thing, because you go through the phases of I need the 33 round magazine, and
I don't get it. I really don't. Like the whole bigger is better bullshit. Like it.
Well, I mean,
unless it's your hobby, unless it's something like that. Like I don't have a problem with people collecting guns as a hobby. Sure, whatever. I've fired some weird fucking things that I never thought I would be able to fire here in the United States, but people have them. But like, I'm not going to protect my house with a 10 gauge shotgun.
Oh, come on!
I'm probably going to break my shoulder with it.
Yeah, perfect for home defense. Well, we're really an Abrams tank is what you need for home defense.
I don't know if we can buy them, but we're selling them to basically everyone now.
Yeah, why not?
Oh, there's a bunch of them here in Alabama. There's like 5,000 of them in Montgomery.
Ready to go.
I don't know about ready to go, but ready to sell.
Yeah.
Anything that any of the Abrams that we ship off for sale are they're not strip equipped, but we strip off the Dazzler, the reactive armor, and the Fleer. Because those are all like important U.S. technologies.
Right, I was going to say I'm sure they strip off all of the fancy electronic.
Yeah, you get bare bones electronics. You get our pretty good fire control and pretty good targeting system with it, but everything else is pretty much stock. You get the nice smoothbore gun that's a manual load. That's great. And so, like, when they were like, "Oh, we're going to ship off, a dozen Abrams to Ukraine," I was like, "Are they stripping them first?" And the only thing they took off of them was the Fleer, which is good. That's the only thing that we really give a shit. That's our ace in the whole shit.
Well, yeah, that would be something that you would definitely not want Russia getting their hands on.
Well, I don't think Russia could do anything with it, man. Their production capacity is absolute fucking shit right now.
Still.
True, you don't want that. They'll turn around and sell it to somebody for a lot of money or a trade deal that lets them dig out of their fucking hole they're in. But, like, aren't they digging out, like, S-22s from the 70s right now?
I have no idea.
It's like a second-generation tank.
I try to stay away from it because my dad is, like, full-on into it, and it's infuriating to me. So
on what side?
On the Russian side.
What the fuck, dude? There's nothing... Like, I feel really bad for everybody that's on the front line on the Russian side. Like, this sucks, man.
Yeah. Well, to hear him tell it, it's, it's all glory, but whatever.
It's all glory? There's nothing good happening. Okay, well, they sent another couple thousand, people that signed up because they're afraid of going into the poorhouse or getting sent to prison again. To go die on soil that they don't want to be on.
Right. Well, I mean, that's just it. The whole thing is fucking
here's another 5,000 North Koreans that are going to shoot at us too.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a bunch of Chechens with no communication between those groups, so the entire battle line sucks.
Yeah. What could go wrong?
We don't have any armored support. There's just infantry. Just throw bodies at it. Yeah. That's not going to work anymore.
I was going to say that. I mean, That's been the Russian game plan for a long time.
Yeah. It doesn't really work.
Two men. One has the gun, the other has the bullets. When the man
it didn't
with the
necessarily
rifle...
work at all in World War II. The only reason that you had a turnaround was a lot of other factors that bog you down in Russia. It sucks to fight in Russia. Well, you know what also sucks? When Russia attacks somebody, that's basically also Russia.
Yeah, exactly. The Ukraine in spring, big lake of mud.
Bunch of mud.
Anyway. Yeah, well, so I try not to follow that because it just makes me sad. And
that's fair.
Same thing with Gaza. It's just like I'm like, oh, they blew up some more kids. Ugh.
I can't do the whole Gaza.
Exactly.
I'm over here comfortably sitting in my air-conditioned hobby room in Alabama in my underpants, playing a game of pretend with some dudes from across the world, while kids are getting fucking exploded.
Yeah,
I can't do that. I can't do both.
Right. Well, I mean, that's just it. I'm aware of it, and I'm sickened, saddened by it, but I don't know what I can do.
Yeah.
Like, fuck. Anyway, so yeah, good times.
So, what else is new? If you don't want me to get on track of other event shit,
of other fucked up bullshit.
Yeah, it's written on the walls. We all know Trump fucked a kid, and that's why he's trying not to get that out. So,
well, I mean, his whole run for the presidency was to avoid jail time in general. So,
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's
Yep.
It's hard for me not to, because like people I know who were like, oh, it's all bullshit, and I'm gonna vote for blah blah blah, or I'm not gonna vote at all. I'm just like, yeah, cool.
I'll do what I do every year or every voting season. Yeah. Vote for Democrats because I'd rather take somebody that's a little corrupt that isn't going to fucking blast my ass for it, rather than somebody who is absolutely opaque in their corruption.
Right. Well, I mean, for me, it just boils down to Trump needs to not be president ever.
Yeah.
And
the fact that he is insane.
Well, I couldn't believe it the first time.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And that was the other thing is first time around, I was like, okay, I was upset about it, but I was like, okay, I'll be chill. It's just, another president who I don't see eye to eye with, and all that shit happened, and all these people supporting them. I'm just like, fuck you. I was like, I had a gut feeling that you were a piece of shit, but now I know you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
It's just, it sucks when it's your family too,
Yeah. Not really a thing with our family, thankfully. There's not a lot of split. At least not on mom's side. On dad's side, I think there's probably a couple. But I think that has more to do with, no offense, the flyover states that they're in.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing.
Flyover states kind of have a media blackout for mostly everything.
Fox News only?
More or less.
Yeah.
Fox News only, or a local station.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if I told you, but when my cousin, died of his heart attack last year, went out to his wake, and of course they held it in a bar that was like Trump headquarters for this town or whatever. It had fucking Trump 2024 banners all over it. I was just like, yay. Yeah, it was fucking bad.
So what you're saying is I should get you a MAGA hat for your birthday?
A giant foam MAGA hat. A cowboy hat. Yeah, it's sad, but like I can't look at someone wearing a red baseball cap without getting kind of pissed off.
Yeah. Like, I'm pissed off because like I'm a really big Hoosiers fan. I really like the Indiana Hoosiers. It's a really good basketball team. They had a great coach, and it was a good season. And I can't wear the fucking hat because it's bright red.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I mean, like I saw one guy wearing one at a metal show, and I was like, huh. And I think he was wearing an actual, like, an actual "Make America Great Again" hat. And then at some point during the show, he wasn't there anymore, or the hat wasn't there anyway. So I was like, huh. I wonder if somebody called him out on that. I was like, it's not going to be me. Although I'd like to.
Yeah, but your fucking authoritarian control is not very metal.
But the last show I was at, there was a guy wearing a red hat, and I looked at it and I was like, what the fuck? And then I looked at it and it said, make death metal great again, and it had like 666 and a pentagram on the back of it.
Fuck yeah.
I was like, okay. It was like, but still, you're giving me anxiety here, bro. Fucking hats, or like the people who wear the ones that like made you look, fuck Trump. But yeah, man, there was one. My neighbor. I'm friends with him on Facebook, which is probably my first mistake. But he's always been conservative, and I guess he's not really a Trump fan, but he's always posting this shit like oh, here's something Jordan Peterson said. It's very intelligent. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
But he had one yesterday that was like some black guy who supposedly is some sort of literate man of learning, who I can't remember his name right now, but it's like, why is it reasonable for someone who's earned their money to give it away when the person who doesn't have any money, it's so kind of like the socialism makes no sense. And I just felt like I was at lunch with my family, so I was like, yeah, I want to respond to this. What define the term earned?
Yeah.
It's like But anyway, so here we are.
No, I deal with that.
17-minute turnaround on pasta salad.
So I deal with that a fair bit with one of the coworkers I have to interact with daily. Is still very much hardcore Trump fan, despite all this shit. And well, she's never going to change. She's like almost retiring, so I won't have to deal with her much longer. But I'm always a little bit. I'm nicer to her because, bless her heart, she's just old as shit and cranky as a bitch.
Yeah.
But man, sometimes the shit she says is just fucking wild. And honestly, I get a little kick out of it every time. Just like out of nowhere, I'll be in glassware. She's our dish bitch, or glassware person. Out of nowhere, I'll be in glassware washing, and I'll just say out of nowhere, it's like, well, we have this guy, so we have one black, so that means we're not racist, right? Like, are you asking for confirmation?
Like, I don't know, that's pretty racist.
We got one black. Like, you own him?
Yeah.
I mean, white people have Wayne Brady, I guess, but... Oh, man. This is really it's been a long time since I've batch painted anything.
Yeah.
Not since those goblins. So, I'm luckily I don't have to do nearly as much.
Yeah.
For these
Those are
high
more
elves.
expensive.
Well, like goblins are 4 points a pop.
Yeah.
For 3 points without a shield.
I was gonna say if they have bows, they're maybe like more like 7.
Yeah, something like that. Anyways, it's like, oh, okay, well, I painted 120 of them.
Yeah.
As for high elves, I don't think I'll ever get another unit of spearmen ever again. So I might as well take my time making them look pretty.
Yeah.
Unless I don't think I'm gonna pick up any Lothern Seaguard. I like the basic bitch high elves. I'm a real boring high elf player. I had people ask like, why aren't you getting the Murworm or more dragons? Like, I got one dragon, just because I like the idea of having a wizard on a dragon. That's pretty metal. That's like some 80s hair metal shit. But other than that, I'm focusing almost primarily on cavalry.
Okay.
And because I wanted to have nice bright white on a lot of stuff. As a nice contrast to the extremely dirty greenskins.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and if it's all like night goblins, right? The black
most of it is.
Yeah, that's
not all of it.
Yeah.
I got some forest goblins in there, and I've got Grom and some other stuff. Good old Grom. My two favorite characters are in the Army of Zion. But neither of them are in Old World. Or one technically is, but not a character you can run. Grom the Paunch and Eltharion.
Grom is awesome.
I think I have Azog the Slaughterer somewhere.
He ain't that old. It was like 200 years prior to KF, isn't it?
Yeah.
Suppose if I played 8th edition, I could do it, but whatever. I've still got the book.
I don't think I ever have played 8th edition.
Everyone's here?
I think I played 6th. I think so.
Yeah, I'm here.
I was like, we're here.
Yes, I'm here.
Sorry. Okay.
He needs underwear.
Yes. Well, no, I just put some pants on. We're good now.
Nice.
Okay, cool.
I'm not cleaning my pistol.
I'm done.
Yeah, I would be surprised that it took you any longer than that, bud.
Well, I had a little bit of soot caked on the barrel.
Jesus Christ, just take a shower, dude.
I had to get in there nice and deep back.
Eventually you'll return to the ship. And so you... Lambert, Gustav, and Mara, you probably went to the kitchen to speak with, Guido and to give him the herbs, right? I presume.
Yes.
He, of course, was very grateful. He says, "Oh, Lambert, that's a surprise. But the stuff had to be very expensive. How much did you pay for that?"
17 crowns.
Oh, right. I'll speak to Captain Van der Beek and see if, at least partially, you'll be, what's the word?
Reimbursed.
Reimbursed for that.
Yeah, reimbursed.
It's fine if he's not going to pay me back completely. I completely understand. This is more so my halfling ass not stale bread once we get out on open water.
Well, fortunately, we are buying some victuals here, and we will also buy quite a lot in Los Cabos in Stadia once we reach this place. But true, after a few weeks on the sea, there will be hardtack, salted beef, and some peas, and not much else. Hopefully.
Whatever fish we can dredge up, I guess.
Oh, that's something, but you won't be able to catch enough of them to feed more than 200 people on board, says Guido. Hopefully, once we hit the shores of Lustria, maybe some of the lads will show us their hunting skills. I'm very eager to try some local fauna, he says. Although I have no idea, actually, how many of them Lustrian animals are actually edible. But we'll see when we get there. Anyway, Lambert, Marla, we need to go back to work. And Gustav, where are you going after that?
I want to go to the infirmary, I guess.
So you want to search for Dr. Wackliger, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. You know where it is. No, it's not. She's not hard to find. You eventually. Wait a second. She's actually located. In the not far from the kitchen. On the gun deck. So right above middle deck where Black Griffin mercenaries are built. You actually no, it will be on the middle deck, not the gun deck. So that's where the Black Griffins are staying. Just so we're clear, you can go through there, of course, even though this entire deck is reserved for the mercenaries. That said, most of the sailors don't stay there for obvious reasons. Not only they're not really welcome there, of course, but there's also this very poor air circulation in this deck, and it leads to persistent bad smells. Let's just put it like that. However, you find the you find the quarters of Dr. Renata Wackliger. You knock, I presume, yes?
Yeah.
And let me quickly just make a single roll. You hear, yes?
I open the door. Or if it's open.
You open the door is indeed open. Inside the room is rather small. There's not even a single window going outside here. You smell three things. You smell, of course, all kinds of unguents, medical stuff like potions, balms, stuff like that. You smell the rather characteristic stench of someone who hasn't bathed in a long time, and you smell alcohol. And you see Dr. Wackliger sitting behind the desk. The desk is just stuffed with all sorts of bandages, of medical gear. It's not exactly a mess, but definitely you would have trouble finding something in a hurry if you cure things like that. You can see that Dr. Wackliger is holding a glass in one hand, a bottle in the other. The glass is filled half full with some kind of brownish liquid, smelling rather strongly of schnapps. And given the unfocused gaze of her eyes hidden behind brass-rimmed spectacles, this isn't the first drink she had today. I didn't said that you can come in, she says. She's a...
Oh, my apologies.
She's a middle-aged woman. She rather leaning towards the old part of life, given that she has grey hair. Actually, there is her artwork in the handout section. You can check it out. She has freckles, as I said, brass-rimmed spectacles. Other than that, her garb is pretty basic, light greyish smock and brown apron. She also has her hair tied back with a piece of leather.
What's her name again?
Renata Wackliger. Again, you can. I'm going to actually enter this. Here. Does something ail you, young man? She asks. She pours a full glass. Like the glass was half full, now it's full. She immediately takes a very large sip, if not gulp.
I have an old shoulder injury that flares up in cold weather, and I think the sea air is doing something.
She says. Well, let me see. She puts the drink away. Stands up rather unsteadily, and gestures for you to sit on the small cot under one wall. Well,
I go and I sit.
undress. I don't have all day.
I take my, I guess, chest armor off and my shirt.
And
I
yeah. She looks at you. So you really want for her to check you out, yes, medically?
I wanted, what I wanted was, to get in closer so I could talk to her without anybody overhearing.
Let me put you roll.
But
it's rather clear that she's under the influence. From up close, you can smell her breath, and it's quite something. It's like an open bottle of poor quality spirit. I don't think there's anything wrong with your shoulder, young man. I see that everything is fine. Are you sure that you perhaps are not imagining any ailment?
I smile and I say, I actually have a confession to make.
Oh, I'm not a priestess. You should see that ebony-skinned girl if you want a confession, not me.
I usually skip this part of the porno.
I can't kill another rat or scrub another board on this deck.
Then maybe...
Let me help you in here. I'm usually a bodyguard, but I have experience stitching up wounds.
You're a healer, Shall I work her will through you, is that it?
I guess you could say that. I'm more of a jack of all trades, and I've learned this and that from the people I've protected.
I'm curious, if you don't like scrubbing decks or hunting rats, then why exactly did you decide to join this expedition as a deckhand? Honest question, by the way, I'm not mocking you.
I was actually hired to protect someone once we get ashore.
Oh, someone who? The Magister, perhaps? You don't look like you could protect him. Besides, we have the mighty Black Griffins, and she puffs her chest rather comically.
He's just another crew member. He said he doesn't need my services while we're aboard the ship.
She blinks a few times. I don't know if this is some kind of elaborate jest on your part, not sure. Tell you what, you want to help me, Well, I am the only healer on this ship currently, except maybe for Mother Akel, though I'm not sure if priests of Manann are that well versed in healing arts. I could probably use some help. Of course, I'm not going to pay you even a single penny, forget about it. And if you get into trouble, don't look to me for help, she adds. But if you want to help in the infirmary, lance boils on sailors' arseholes and check their nether regions after a hard night shift, then be my guest, of course. I hope that you're not squeamish, though, she says. This work can be, unpleasant, especially the smell, and other things, she adds.
I volunteered for some time after my wound in a hospice.
Where? Which hospice?
This is in Altdorf.
Altdorf, a fellow Imperial. So nice of you. So nice of you, and so nice to meet you. I've spent some time in the Imperial Navy. In fact, but that was a long time ago. I was.
They said you're from the Sweet Ark.
Well, I mean, currently I am. I'm not really liked by the sailors here. They call me Landlubber. So stupid. No, you see, I'm quite fond of my drink. In fact, I like to drink a lot. Doesn't really interfere with my healing abilities most of the time, she says. Well, unfortunately, Imperial admirals or captains or whoever they were, they decided that drunk doctor, drunk physician is no good. It's no good on a ship. So, I spent my last couple of decades in Sui Dock, working as a doctor for people there, those who could afford my wages. But when I've heard that this ship was traveling to the New World, I decided to try my luck. And the pay is very good actually, so there's that. Plus, Van der Veek is a seasoned captain with rather good reputation. What's your name, son?
Dietrich Fuller. Originally from Bagenhafen.
Okay. Oh. She takes one more mouthful of her schnapps. Oh, Dietrich, very well. First of all, I'll need to make a small test for you to see if you actually know how to heal people, how to sew wounds and clean them before sewing them, of course. How to set bones and treat those genital rashes. So let's start, shall we?
Let's do it.
Alright, so now I would like for you to roll me 2 healing tests plus 20%. If you pass both, you're hired. If you pass one, you're partially hired. If you fail...
One for cuts, one for wieners.
Yes. That's a good start.
I'll use the luck though.
No, wait, plus 20. You failed with a plus 20?
No, I don't. Actually, I don't think so.
So the first test was a pass, right? 77.
Intelligence 63. Yeah.
Yeah. So you've passed the first. You've passed the second.
Okay.
Yeah. So you didn't even have to use the luck.
I want to act like I got really lucky.
Yeah. Now,
I'm just a bodyguard out of my element, but I know how to do a few things.
Yeah. Now let me actually roll for her. Yeah. So, as you pretend to be just a bodyguard, knowing how to treat wounds in a rather basic manner, or not so basic, she eventually, adds. She eventually tells you, sipping her alcohol, that. You do pretend rather well not to be as good at healing as you actually are. Now I don't know why you do this, I don't particularly care, but I can see that your skills are fairly impressive for someone so young, not to mention not looking like a healer at all. Right. I'm correct. Am I not?
I just prayed a Bagenhauer, and you know what us Bagenhauerians say: flow like leaf on river of life.
She raises her left hand in a gesture of, stop, and she says, Dietrich. Oh, before we start,
I'm smiling as I say that, I guess.
Before we start, let's just make a couple of things completely clear. First of all, you're hired. I will speak to Bill and tell him that I need your services in the infirmary. So congratulations, but never, ever under any circumstances lie to me. Don't pretend to be someone you are not. As I said, I don't care about the details, but don't try and make a fool out of me. I hate this. Even when I'm drunk. Are we clear?
We can keep it between us. I'm Gustav and Huck. And I have to put my hand out to take her hand.
She, after hesitating for a second, shakes your hand. Renata Vakliger. As I said, I don't care if you're escaping from something, if you're trying to put as much distance between you and the old world as possible. It's none of my concern. But you don't lie to me, ever. Second thing, you do exactly what I say when I say. If I'm going to be stinking drunk and you need to cover for me, you will do that. Third, I'm not sharing my alcohol. Well, the good one, at least. And I have a bit of a thirst. So be prepared that I will send you from time to time to fetch me something stronger. And no stealing of medicaments. I think that's all. You get what I'm saying?
Aye, aye.
Excellent. So, in that case, your first test. Clean this mess here. Make it before I get back from speaking to Bill. Make it so that everything is put in place in an orderly fashion. Clean this place up a bit. Find a broom. Maybe ask those nice Reikland mercenaries if they have one. Maybe their leader has one. She looks like she can fly on a broom. She chuckles softly. And after that, well, we'll get to work. She slaps you on the arm, finishes the schnapps, and then, with a slightly in a slightly shaky manner, leaves the infirmary.
I get to work organizing.
Yeah, you don't have to roll for anything. Before she goes back, holding 2 clay bottles, obviously of some kind of strong spirit, you manage to organize everything, clean the place up a bit, make sure that it looks like an infirmary actually, not just a place where there are some medical supplies. Renata looks around, she whistles softly, and even from distance, when she whistles you can smell her liquor-infused breath hitting you like a warhammer in the face. Oh.
You said the word!
Yeah, that's it. Wow, I'm very impressed. Young man. Good job. Alright. Find yourself a place to sit, and we'll wait for our first patient, she says. And so, each one of you got their own little niche on the ship. I think we can say that. Early next day, the Maiden of Manann left the port of Languille. Actually, you were, probably all of you, maybe except you, Gustav, you got the night shift, the so-called graveyard shift, which is very unpleasant. So when the ship leaves early, at the first light, next day you're also probably slipping off your shift in the hammocks. And away you go. Now, Sean, please note that you reach Los Cabos on the 14th of Ulrichzeit.
Yes.
Yes. Now, if any of you want to do, because there will be time skips in this scenario, as you probably mentioned, as you probably noticed. So, if any one of you want to do anything between like the 6th and the 14th, please tell me. If not, then we'll just skip forward.
If we have time coming up to learn languages and stuff, can we just say that like if there's somebody Bretonnian on board, like I'd try to converse with them or something?
there are no Bretonians per se. Dr. Renata knows classical. She can teach you classical language if you wish.
Johannes knows Bretonian.
Johannes knows Bretonian, but you won't really have time, to learn from each other.
Okay.
Like that. But you can learn classical fairly easily.
I have
already know
classical.
classical. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so you know what? Let's roll. I'll roll D100. If it's going to be 1 to 30, there will be someone on board who will be able to teach you Bretonian. 38. Sadly no. But then again, this is mostly like people on board are mostly wastelanders and a couple of Imperials. There are really no Bretonians here, no Estalians or Arcadians. You think Madaraka is probably you've heard rumors that perhaps she's Arabian, or maybe from a place called Sartosa. You have no idea where it is. Other than that, there are not that many foreigners here. Because remember, for most Imperials, a wastelander is practically one of them, right? Because Marienburg seceded from the Empire like a couple hundred years ago. Actually, no, not even a couple hundred. Much. It was much.
I think it was in the last 100 years.
Later, yeah. Secession.
But they have like normalized relations now, though.
Yeah. Mostly, yes. Mostly they mostly they have normal relations. It was around, it's more than 100 years. You don't know the exact date, of course, you're not a historian, but for game's sake, let's say that it's like more than 100. You know that's more than 100 years. Alright, so you're trying to find someone who will teach you Bretonian, sadly no dice. Lambert, you do anything during those 8 days of travel? Sorry.
This is regarding XP I want to spend on something that I can't usually take.
Yeah. And assuming that it's like feasible. So, for example, you won't be able to learn astronomy here, unless perhaps remember you can
really
also
happy with that wizard.
You can also try. This goes to you, Gustav, as well. You can try to speak perhaps to the wizard if you wish.
I don't have anything I'm going to be learning because I don't have any XP to burn, but I will try and buddy up to that wizard.
But remember, you can learn something and then buy it later in game. You don't have to have XP to learn something. You can say that you're, for example, studying mathematics and then buy mathematics as a skill in like 40 sessions from now, if that's what you wish.
I got you.
You just role-playing the learning of it.
Yeah.
Come back to me.
Okay. Johannes, you were trying to, when you returned to the ship, actually I forgot to do your part.
That's okay.
No worries. But once you've left Languille next day, you were sleeping off your night shift in the hold, chasing rats. You've noticed a strange thing really, that no matter how many rats you kill, there are always more of them. It's like they multiply, they're like crazy, but you are suddenly awoken, like when it's already light outside, the light goes into the what's the word for that? Into the gun deck from through the gun ports and overhead hatches. Remember that also. Through the gun ports and overhead hatches enters the cold and damp when at sea. As I mentioned on our last session, and you all sleep there, by the way, no matter where you work. It's a rather unpleasant experience sleeping on Gandic when the ship is sailing on the open sea, you're always cold, you're always damp, no matter how much you cover yourselves. Anyway, you are being awoken. Sure thing, Lambert. You're being awoken by one of the griffins. You open your eyes and you see a black griffin. A rather unusual sight on the Gandic. He prods you with his, gloved finger. Hey you, get up, he says.
Yes, sir. I
He
try to get myself together.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Whoa."
He actually, when you call him sir, he looks rather uncomfortable. It's obvious that he's not thinking about, that he does not think about himself as your superior. But he straightens up and says, Colonel Neuwald wants to speak to you. Please follow me.
Oh. Yeah, right away.
You practically fall out of your hammock. Try to make yourself as presentable as possible. However, you fail to get the bath. Last day in Anguilla. Oh, by the way, Gustav, Lambert, and Marla. So Gustav, Brian, please note. Deduce if you took that bath and some meal in Anguilla, then deduce 3 shillings total for that.
Okay.
Like the food was passable. It's like a tourist food. They of course told you this is a famous Britonian cuisine, but all you ate was an overcooked fish, some vegetables, and you had admittedly some very good wine. That's true.
I thought it was going to be the giant turkey leg like at Disney World.
You also, each of you got a bath, so you've at least, feel a little bit better. But Johannes, you just reek.
Okay, I'm getting used to it.
That's Russian.
It's the smell of piety.
The stench of Sigmar. Yes. You eventually go to the middle deck. It's right below the Gandic, so not very far. You enter this large room where the griffins probably eat and perhaps spend most of their time. In fact, there are at least, I think that's 30, 40 of them here. Some of them are sparring, others are sleeping, others are just talking and drinking in moderation. The griffin who brought you, he clicked his heels together and said, Colonel Neuwald, I brought a sailor from the Gandic. And when the woman turns around, he salutes crisply. As I said, completely they don't look like mercenaries, they look like normal professional fighting force. Colonel Zygmunt Neuwald eyes you closely, and you feel being eyed on. You can see her art. One side of her head is practically completely shaven. Her long blonde hair fall to her shoulder on the other side. She has this incredibly nasty scar running from her mouth to her right ear. There's also almost nothing feminine about her. She's a striking woman, in a manner of speaking. Tall, if not for the scar, probably rather attractive. But you have a feeling that she doesn't care at all about her, feminine aspects, about the feminine aspects of her appearance. She has ice blue eyes, and she's armed to the teeth. The sword at her hip, you only see, of course, the pommel, the crossguard, and the handle. It's obviously of best craftsmanship. A main gauche is on her other hip. There are 2 beautiful-looking pistols, not as beautiful as the one that Lambert had, but again, also rather obvious. They are of very good quality. Gunpowder bandoliers, of course, crisscross her chest, and she has, like her other man, full leather armor plate helmet, located on the table right next to her, breastplate, bracers and leggings, and her clothes are, again, of very good craftsmanship. she stands up and she closes the distance between her and you very quickly.
I bow my head to her.
You can
Colonel?
you can see that she is pleased. You have a feeling that she is perhaps of noble birth. She has this aura of someone with blue blood. Yeah, with blue blood in her veins.
Also, she-wolf of the SS. Was it Herman the German? And what was that from?
Hello?
I don't know. God, what was that movie? Now I'm Death Race 2000.
Oh yeah. She definitely has that vibe.
Yeah. Okay.
She says, "Adis, sailor." She says,
Yeah.
"My man told me that you diffused a rather unpleasant situation with some Bretonnian yeomen yesterday in the port.
Yes.
I wanted to thank you personally. If not for you, they would probably be taken to a cell and would have to, well, bail them out. Almost obviously with some gold, or maybe some diplomacy. Who knows?" She says, smiling with only one side of her mouth.
Right.
So anyway, I wanted to thank you personally.
It was my pleasure helping out a fellow Imperial.
Yes, she says. You see that she's eyeing you, down from top to bottom. Ivo told me that you are a pious man. Is that correct?
I hope to be.
I
try to be.
I see. Well, faith is very important for us. Griffins, we are all from Rakeland, and thus we serve not only our glorious empire, if of course for some gold, but also our Lord Sigmar.
Yes.
In fact, before I became a mercenary and before I took control of the Black Griffins, I was the daughter of the Margrave of Graumark in the Great Lady Pass. So I grew up against the background of constant border skirmishes with the Bretonnians on the other side of the mountains. Unfortunately, my father, well, he wasn't a very strong leader, and he came of wars in these encounters, which led to his eventual capture by the Duke of Paravon. The ransom practically bankrupted my family, and we lost what little favor we had in the Emperor's court. When my father died some 2 decades later, still without a son, I refused my inheritance, which was a crumbling castle and a frozen village in the Grey Mountains, and instead I sought my uncle, Thaddeus Neuwald, the black sheep of the family, she says. He was the head of the Black Griffins mercenary company, and, well, since he was childless, he took me in, and I learned all I know about war from him. That is when he died 2 years ago, when we were ambushed in the rival by, and you can see the hate in her eyes and the hate in her voice by the beastmen. My uncle was slain by their brave shaman who led the herd, and I was struck down trying to protect him. She, gestures to her horrible scar. This is a memento that this brave shaman gave me to stay with me for the rest of my days. We were mauled by the encounter, but we persevere. The Black Griffins are still in the fight, and this time I am leading them. That's why I joined this expedition, because Klaus von Stiftanzer offered me a chance to redeem my name as one of our name as one of the most professional mercenary companies in the Reikland, and we want to ingratiate ourselves with the colleges of Aldorf. That's always handy, even if they are all mages. She practically spells out the word.
Mm-hmm.
You look like someone who can handle, who can take care of himself in battle, right?
I've been in a few scrapes, but I could definitely do with some more training. I only just barely survived the last encounter I had, and I also show her my scar on my face from that time the skeleton shot me in the face with the arrow.
Yeah, and you also took a bolt from the repeater crossbow to the ribs.
Yeah, and my shoulder.
You tell her how you got those, by the way?
Yeah, I mentioned how I got shot by a dark elf repeating crossbow pistol, whatever.
It was a crossbow. Yeah. You can see that when you are talking to her, practically all the griffins here like gather around you, and they just listen to both of you speaking. She says, "So you fought the living dead, and you fought the Drukai. That is impressive. And you're just a lowly sailor here, hunting what? Hunting rats in the hole? That's a waste of talent, I would say."
Well, I heard that the captain was deathly afraid of rats, so I wanted to do my part.
She just, once again, she smiles, or rather grimaces in her case, but doesn't say anything when you mention the captain. What is your name?
Johannes Knappen.
Johannes Knappen. A good name, a real imperial name, not that bastardized Westerland nomenclature. I like that. And, well, you shouldn't be ashamed of your scars. It means that you're a survivor. Tell me what, Johannes.
Barely.
We could probably use someone like you. Someone who thinks fast, who is not only a born survivor, but also has brains and not just brawn. What would you say if I would offer you a place in the Griffins?
I would be honored to be a member of the Griffins.
She looks at you. I'm sure you would, but just so we are clear, the pay is good, of course. Your payment will be adjusted. I'll make sure of that myself personally. But make no mistake, you'll be a fighting man. You'll be a killer, a warrior. You'll be where the fighting is thickest. We were hired to protect those people. We were hired to protect the ship, and most importantly, the Magister that's aboard it.
Yes.
You will not be behind the front lines. You will be on the front lines.
As Sigmar wills.
Sigmar wills, but there's this wise saying that the priest who was living in our what's the word on our property in Graumark had the saying, Sigmar protects those who can protect themselves. Do you think that's a wise saying, Johannes?
I do think that's a wise saying. Would you like to hear a prayer I've been working on?
You can tell me it later. For now, if you're keen to join us, and she looks at you expectantly, as to confirm that you are.
Yes.
Then I welcome you to the Black Griffin's mercenary company. Listen, man, and she speaks loud, and you can tell that her voice is powerful. It's like she's a born leader. I'm not, of course, going to yell and all that because my kid is sleeping nearby. But She reminds you kind of the witch hunter when it comes to oratory skills. This man is from now on one of us. You will treat him as one of us. You will treat him as your brother, as your comrade at arms. And when you look around, Johannes, you can see that the griffins here, there are more of them, by the way. It's probably all of them are here, right? They were summoned from upper decks. You can see that they are looking at you practically without any sort of resentment. In fact, they are looking at you like you're one of their own. You'll give him weapons and armor, and the next few weeks, until we reach Lustria, you will make sure that his fighting skills are honed, and even better than they were before. Otto, can I count you on that? Can I count on you for that? And you see that one of the brothers, Horst, the larger one, he steps out. He salutes her. Of course, Colonel. He looks at you. Well, little man, it looks like you and I will be well acquainted for the next couple of weeks. I hope that you are not afraid of gunpowder discharges, because as Sigmar is my witness, before we reach the shores of the New World, you will know how to fire a handgun, and you will know how to fire it precisely and to deadly effect. Says.
I don't fear any discharge.
When you say that, actually, most of the mercenaries laugh. Even Colonel Neuwald cracked a smile, or again, a grimace. But then she looks you in the eyes and says, "And remember one thing, Johannes. Where we are going, we have no idea what we'll find there. Perhaps there will be beasts like the ones we left at home. You can't reason with beasts. The edge of the blade is the only language these creatures will understand. Make sure that when the time comes, you will not hesitate."
I will, as my hammer is named the Light of Sigmar, I will bring the Light of Sigmar to them.
And you hear that quite a few of the mercenaries are like, "Sigmar, Sigmar! For the Empire, for Sigmar, for gold, for Colonel Neuwald," just like this. There are lots of those motivational shouts. And you can actually
hang in there.
Yeah, you can actually feel them, yourself. It's like you're one of this group right now. You're one of the griffins. So, as we move forward, what happens? Sean, please add the things that I will list now to your character sheet.
Okay.
And you can wear them all the time. So, you have full leather armor, breastplate, steel helmet.
Ooh.
You have a hand weapon already, which means that they won't give you a sword. Although Otto actually asks if you want to have a backup.
A backup.
A backup weapon, because he says, "Well, since you have your Light of Sigmar with you, do you want to have a sword or not? We usually fight
yes, I would love a sword.
Very well, we usually fight with a combination of sword and buckler, but a hammer will do. Although when you said that you want a sword, then you were given a sword, you were given a buckler, which you can't really know how to use because it's a specialist weapon, by the way. I think. Actually, no, I don't think it is, sorry. You got the dagger.
Should be.
And you were given a handgun with powder and ammunition for 12 shots. You were taken off of your normal duty in the hold. You are also not sleeping in the gun deck anymore, on the gun deck anymore. You are sleeping with the rest of the griffins on the middle deck. Your pay has also been has also been modified in that you will receive 7 gold crowns a month as a member of the Black Griffins, as opposed to Green Hands, who normally are getting paid 2 gold crowns and 10 shillings. That said, you are already given, as the rest of your party, 6 shillings advance pay in Marienburg. So
Okay, yeah.
you were told that your monthly payment will be higher, which actually 7 gold crowns per month is still that's a very good money.
Yeah, I agree.
Unfortunately, while you don't have to hunt rats anymore, you are being trained practically non-stop by Otto and the other griffins, including Ivo, and Rold in swordplay, because they say that it's good that you have a hammer and all, but the griffins mostly fight with swords. But first and foremost, you are being trained to use gunpowder weapons, the rifle that you were given. So almost every single day on the waste, Otto trains you with the black powder weapon that you have. Gustav, Lambert, Marla, you all see that Johannes, well, he upgraded essentially. He has a uniform now. He looks completely different. Just so you know, Johannes, you are also given, you have the lowest rank in the Griffins. You're even beneath Axel, the youngest member of the company, Otto's brother. But you are being treated well, because the mercenaries see that you try your hardest to adapt and that you are actually, willing to train and, not to be a slacker. Gustav and Lambert, do you say anything to Johannes when you notice that he's a griffin now?
I'm gonna give him a salute like somebody that's never been in the military.
Alright.
Yoo-hoo!
No, hey.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lambert,
Thank you.
Nice gun. I didn't know they made them that big.
Do you have musket envy?
A little bit, but I got 2.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll sneak him a little bit of extra food for pulling this off.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, no offense, Johannes, you don't really have the best track record, but turning over this new leaf has really done some good for you.
Sigmar provides.
Yeah. The Griffins also, they practically eat the same food as the deckhands. Only really Colonel about gets better rations. That said, it's also nice, Johannes, that you can eat on the middle deck, where there's even despite the poor air circulation, it's less wet and damp. It's more ordained, stuff like that. So now everyone has a special assignment, so to speak. 8 days pass, and after 8 days, between the 6th of Uritside and 14th of Uritside, you reach the shores of Stalia. Well, actually, you reached the shores of Stalia earlier, but you reached Los Cabos. Again, you spend only a single day in this place, and Los Cabos is the westernmost settlement of the Old World. Los Cabos is a small fishing port, greatly enriched by its position as a last port of call en route to the New World. The houses of wealthy merchants cluster above the harbor, terracotta tiles gleaming rosily in the Estalian sun. Their walls, they are what's the word? Limewash? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Even though there are some similarities to the buildings in the Empire or Marienburg, you Gustav noticed that you remember a few houses in Marienburg looking very similarly built to houses in Los Cabos. It is clear that the architecture of Lustria is completely different. The famous landmark of Los Cabos is La Viejo del Mar. It is carved into the rock of the cliff face at the westernmost point of the peninsula. A likeness of Manann's hoary face gazes out towards the open ocean. Many sailors passing through leave offerings to the god beneath this carving. For those willing to climb out to it, it represents a last chance to seek Manann's favor before leaving the old world behind. Right. So, you reached Los Cabos. Again, who wants to go out, to town, and who wants to stay? Gustav?
If I'm allowed to, I want to go ashore.
Yeah, it's up to you. You can tell me that you currently have your watch, or your duty in the infirmary, or you can go to town. Okay, so you want to go to town. Johannes.
Does Renata need anything?
She says she's actually not drunk today. It's not like she's drinking heavily every day, but you can tell that she has a fondness for drink, and by that I mean that she's an alcoholic. But she's like a functioning alcoholic. So she knows when she can get stinking drunk and when she should be sober. She tells you to bring her some local Italian wine. She heard that they have very good wines. And she even gives you coin for that, maybe 10 silver shillings.
Say no more.
Johannes, you can go on shore. It's
yeah, I'd like to take a bath.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Finally.
The Griffins, just like the Decans, they don't have the luxury of taking baths on the ship, sadly. There are baths here, just so we are clear. But you can't really use, normal drinking water on them, obviously. And it's rather hard to gather large enough amount of seawater during travel to use it for bath. So you go on shore as well. Lambert, what about you?
I'm staying with the ship.
You're staying on the ship, alright. In that case, Marla will stay with you. Okay. Since you probably just have, quite a lot of work. So my question, Gustav and Johannes, do you travel together or do you travel individually? Remember that normally you don't really interact that much during the travels. All of you don't interact that much with each other. You don't have the opportunity normally, and you don't have the time. You are all very occupied, so to speak.
If I saw Johannes at all in the past 8 days, I would have asked what he's doing in Los Cabos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I sort of feel like if I see, I want to catch up with my friend. So yes, okay. I would.
So you go.
I think we would work something out if we saw each other in passing. We could do it really quick. Like, hey, wait for me on the pier at Los Cabos.
Sure. So you go on shore. You notice one thing very quickly. Even though it's warm outside, here it is warm. It's maybe not late summer warm, but late spring, early summer definitely. It is it is like this weather is completely unexpected to both of you. Although funnily enough, most of the locals, as Italian men and women with dusky skin and dark hair, they wear clothes that are rather warm for this kind of weather. Perhaps for the Italians it is cold. You have no idea. As I mentioned, this is a beautiful place, although of course it's not on the level of Languille. This is a relatively small settlement, not a huge port city of Bretonia. Where do you want to go, guys?
I think we should look for an inn. What do you think? And an inn with a bath.
And some Estalian wine.
Sounds good to me.
All right. So, so what happens now? You are trying to look for an inn. Of course, there are lots of other sailors and griffins on Shoreleaf as well, but only you two are sticking together. There are no other deckhands and mercenaries with you. You find an inn, a rather nice place, cozy and practically completely open on one side. By that I mean there's no wall. There are no doors. In fact, there are just like those hard wooden posts supporting the roof. And between the posts you can see the interior, the tables, chairs, bar stools, stuff like that. The smells are very inviting. The Estalians obviously spice up their food a lot, and you can smell some very good wine as well. You've heard, during the show between Anguilla and Los Cabos that the Estalian wine is probably one of the best in the old world. So you are probably rather keen to try it out. You find a free table. You sit at it, as a serving boy approaches you and, to your surprise, in a rather well-accented Reichspiel, asks what do you want to eat and drink. He also is not at all, disgusted by your smell.
We're just looking for some local fare and some local wine and access to a bath if you have one.
He says, si, senor. Of course, I will order you a bath. One bath for both of you, or 2 baths?
I think we need 2 separate baths, just because of the accumulation of funk. At least I need my own bath. I can't share dirty water at this point.
Very well, senor, he says. And what do you want to eat? We have excellent fried flatfish and cream. We also have lobster and vinegar, perhaps.
How about one of each?
Very well, of course. And
share.
Something to drink, yes?
Yes, a bottle of your local wine would be great.
White or red?
Red.
Red, very well. You see that, of course, he's not noting anything, he just memorizes this. And so now I'm going to give you the price for this. Wait a second. Yeah, here it is. So what this means is that both of you pay 25 pennies each of you for the food.
Okay.
The wine costs 2 silver. Naturally, you don't have local currency, but they take imperial coin. Anyway, standard coin, like no problem. And you also want a bath. Oh, he asks you as well if you're going to stay for a night.
No, we can't stay. We have to go back to the ship.
He says very well. In that case, the bath will cost silver shilling each.
Okay, so so it's a shilling for the bath. How much for the wine?
For the battle, 2 shillings.
Okay, so that's 3 shillings plus essentially another 2 shillings and 1 penny
Yeah.
for the.
Everyone pays. Go,
Okay,
go
so yeah, so I can pay 5 shillings and 1 penny.
Okay.
And do you need money?
Oh no, I've got my share here. I just wanted to get an additional 3 bottles to take with me.
3 bottles, very well. So you pay 6 shillings for those.
Okay.
Hmm?
And then you tell her it costs 12.
Sure. So the boy, he gets your order and then he disappears behind the back of the tavern to pass it on. You are sitting here, waiting for your food to arrive. When Gustav, you suddenly see that at a table nearby, there sits a woman. A lone woman. She's very beautiful. Probably 20-something. Dressed in a long, flowing, dress of red, green, and blue. Her hair, you've never seen her like that. It's raven dark, and it practically flows down her arms. She has huge green eyes, beautiful lips, and she's clearly looking at you, smiling enticingly. You have a feeling that she's not, by the way, she's not a prostitute. She doesn't look like one.
She's looking at me?
Yes.
Okay.
And, her eyes are, they are saying quite a lot. Do you do anything?
Yeah, I smile at her and I sip my wine.
Mm-hmm. She smiles back, and you can tell from her smile and from her eyes that she probably waits for you to do something more, perhaps.
What is she doing at the table?
She has a glass of wine there, and you see that she just finished her meal, a bowl of probably of some kind of soup that stands empty in front of her. She looks incredibly attractive, by the way.
I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna swirl the wine. Are these like stemmed glasses? I don't know how they would do that in the old world.
You don't really have a wine glass here, you have a cup, I would say.
Okay, so you can't see through. Alright.
Oh, yeah. Like this is no murder hall of a tavern, but it's definitely not a classy place like the one in Begenhafen.
Okay, I'm smiling at her and I swirl the wine around the cup and I smell it and I walk over to her and I say, what do you put in this wine?
Wow.
A dick.
Oh my god. Yeah, you walk over to her. Johannes, by the way, you see that. Johannes just left. The girl looks at you. She doesn't get up. She sits and she eyes you up and down. Hello, senor, she says, in a rather badly accented Reichspiel. Like the serving boy, he spoke much better. I haven't seen your kind in here for a while. Tall,
What kind
man.
is that?
Well, tall, handsome, gaunt man with blonde hair. Not many of you in a place like this, she says. Please sit down with me. I am Catalina. You are?
Dietrich Fuller.
Dietrich Fuller. Oh, sorry. Here it is. That's a imperial name, right? Are you from the Empire?
That's right. It sounds much nicer when you say it, though.
Ah, yes. Well, Dietrich Fuller, what brings you to Los Cabos?
Just passing through, as they would say.
Passing through? You don't look like a man who's just passing through. I bet that you say things like that to every girl in every port you visit.
This is the second port I've been into, and you're the first woman I've talked to in port.
Ah, I see. Well, you look like someone who knows how to talk to women, beautiful, she says.
Oh, do I?
Yes. Tall, gaunt, and handsome, she says. It's obvious that she's flirting with you hard. She even, did the gesture of putting her very small, very well manicured hand on top of your like warty sea-bitten one. Her touch is warm. It's like the touch of a stallion sun on your skin. So where are you traveling, if I may ask?
Across the sea to a place called Sartosa?
Sartosa, she says. Never heard of that place.
I hear it's rough.
Never heard of it.
Have I heard of that, like, out of character? Like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no.
it's like a pirate canoe. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if you were in Marienburg, so you've probably heard of Sartosa. You're not really sure where it is, but you know that it's somewhere in Thalia or near Thalia. You have no idea. Sean, by the way, are you back? No.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, okay. So what you see is that Gustav went with his wine to the girl's table, and he and the girl are having a rather good time. Yeah, he's working his game. Answer me this question, Dietrich. Do men in your country, when they meet beautiful women, do they sometimes perhaps buy her a drink?
They do.
Maybe.
It's usually bitter, gross ale that's served warm, but luckily here we have this. I snap my fingers and call the waiter over.
I can't really stomach ale or beer. These are not my drinks of choice, but I would love for you to buy me a glass of red beer barley wine, she says. And, the waiter immediately approaches. This is not the serving boy, this is like another waiter. Si, senor, what can I get you?
Like 2 glasses of whatever she says.
Red wine. She did
Red wine.
I see, of course. It will be, and he tells you that it's like, it will essentially be just, let me see. It will be like 8 pennies per glass, which is rather high price, but again, this is a tourist town, so to speak. This is the last stop before any ship crew, reaches the open ocean and travels westward or southward or northward, of course. You know what I mean. By the way, I will also give you now. In the handout section, you should be able to see the voyage of the Maiden map. This is how the voyage went. As you can see on the map, you started in Marienburg, then went to Langwil, and then Los Cabos in the west. You were almost all the time sailing along the coast, except for the period between Bretonia and Styria. So yeah, and then you travel southwest. The waiter nods his head and he goes behind the bar to quickly fetch your drinks. Now, Johannes, I would like for you to roll me perception test.
Okay.
Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, you look at your friend sitting at the table, this admittedly very beautiful, dark-haired woman. He's obviously having a good time. Then again, something catches your eye to the left of their table, and like 3 tables further from where Gustav and his girl are sitting. There's a rather large group of, you'd call them in the Empire, young rakes. Young men. There are about 6 of them. They sit around wooden table, like the one that you sit at. They are dressed outrageously in very colorful shirts and long white breeches. They have high cavalry boots, going behind their knees. They are all very young, probably ranging from 18 to maybe 25 years old. Most of them are rather handsome, as most of the stallions, they have dusky skin and sleek dark hair. They are also armed with rapiers and weapons that look like, what's the word? Spada, probably. Daggers, and they are all eyeing Gustav in a very, very unpleasant way. Now, when the waiter returns with those 2 glasses of red wine, Johannes, and he places them before Gustav and the girl, you can see that the rakes get up, and as one, they are making their way towards the table.
I try to make like a coughing, sneezing sound.
Alright. Gustav, roll me perception, ear-based, but you have minus 10% because you're feeling, you feel that you'll be lucky tonight. As I think you passed. You suddenly hear Johannes behind. I presume that you passed, right?
Yeah, it's a pass.
You suddenly hear Johannes behind you coughing or maybe sneezing very loudly. You turn around, you see Johannes. Johannes, what are you doing?
I'm making the sign of the sword or whatever, doing the sword fingers and like nodding my head over to the guys.
Okay, so Johannes is doing this very strange gesture of crossing 2 fingers together. You have no idea what the fuck this means. It looks really stupid. But he also nods to his left, which practically, ironically, is also your left, to be honest. You take a glance in that direction.
I'm gonna see what he's.
So, like, few meters from you, I would say a distance of a single table from where you are sitting, there is a group of 6 young men making your way rather quickly towards your table. All stallions. Some of them, well, most of them, with hands on their weapons.
Hands on their weapons?
Yeah. I mean, hands on the hilts of their weapons. Like, they're not drawn. But, they have rapiers and... what's the word? I know it's in Spanish, it's spada.
Well, a spada is a sword, I thought.
Wait a second. Oh yeah, it's called fencing. Fencing foil, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Fencing foils or épée.
Okay, yeah.
Épée.
Épée, sorry, épée. Yeah, so they are approaching your table. What are you doing, Gustav?
I want to wait until they're right about in front of the table, and then I want to throw the table down and run.
No, they're not approaching from in front of the table. They're approaching from your left. So.
From my left.
Yeah. So let me quickly describe this. This is like the table. You sit here. It's G. The girl sits here. It's C, and they are approaching from this direction.
I still need to get out of here somehow. Yeah, like can I just bolt towards the door?
Sure, of course.
Yeah.
You get up, and Sand, you just run towards the door. Okay. In that case, we enter initiative.
Like this is what sailors do, right? Like you get caught messing around with somebody's wife. Oh, I gotta get back to my ship.
In
Yeah.
that case,
Usually it's after you've at least had sex with her, though.
details.
Yeah, I don't think we were gonna get that far.
No, probably not.
Let's roll initiative. So D10 plus your agility. I'm going to roll for them. Oh shit! Okay. How much do you have?
Plus my agility would be like 60 something. Let me check.
So you're still first.
Okay.
They have.
59. 59.
You're still first. Okay. So in that case, you get up and you try to run. What I want for you to do is to roll me agility test, because you very quickly get up from the chair and you're trying to bolt towards the door. You passed. I think, right? You passed.
Yeah.
You passed.
I have flee, so I get an extra 1 to my movement for
Yes.
D10 turns or something.
Roll D10, please. For 8 turns, okay. For 8 turns.
Give me 3 steps, mister.
For 8 turns, you get a bonus of +1 to your movement as long as you are fleeing from the enemy. So you very quickly get up and you just rush towards the door. The angry stallion rakes shout after you and they give chase. You are tell you what. You roll me a single agility test. Actually, sorry, wait. How do I want to do this? Wait for a second. I need to check something very quickly. Rules for chasing are always tricky in this game.
This is funny because my grandpa did this basically in World War II in Hawaii. He got in a fight with some Marines, and he was in the Navy, and he busted a chair over this dude's head. And he said the dude didn't move, and he just turned around and grabbed him, and he ran back to base. He just turned around and ran.
Yeah. Yeah, generally a wise idea when you hit somebody with a chair and they don't flinch.
They don't flinch.
Okay, so how we are going to do this is that both of us will do agility tests, or dexterity, or whatever it's called in Warhammer. And so, if you have 3 or more success levels, you ditch them almost immediately. A single success means that you keep your distance. Of course, if you botch, you get caught. If they botch, then you run away successfully. So please make me a agility test and count number of successes.
I could use a luck to buff by 10, right?
Yes, but you won't be able to reroll it.
Okay.
You can do either a reroll or you can boost by 10, but you can do both. So if you botch on this test, that's it.
I think I'll try to buff.
Alright. And you know what? Since you have flee, I will say that you only need 2 full successes to teach them. Unless, of course, I will roll very well. Because if I, for example, will roll 3 successes against your 2, then I will catch you.
Okay.
So, you want to buff?
Yeah.
Okay, so you get additional +10, roll me agility test. Nice. How many successes do you have?
It's a 69 with the buff.
69.
So 3?
So no, it's 42, 52, 62, so it's 3 successes, plus your basic success. I am going to roll for the rakes. Yeah, you got wings, essentially. You very quickly run away from the tavern. Of course, the young stallion men are chasing you and hurling curses in their foreign language. You don't understand any of them. Something like cabron and I don't know, put up that be something like that.
I hope Johannes is for you.
Johannes, you perhaps thought that maybe they will try and approach you as well, but no, they only focused on Gustav. That said, eventually both parties left. Johannes, you
That
only
was somebody's sister or something.
you only see the girl. She smiles under her nose like it's not the first time this happened. She drinks her wine. She drinks Johannes' wine. Then gets up.
You mean drinks Gustav's
Gustav's
wine?
wine, yeah.
Sorry, Gustav's wine. Sorry, not Johannes' wine. She then gets up, slightly wobbly because she drank two drinks very quickly. And then she also leaves the place. The bar owner, tavern owner, shouts something, shouts something at her, but then she just turns around, looks at him, smiles with this pearly voice, shakes her hand playfully at him, and then just leaves. Johannes, you can roll me intelligence test if you want. -10.
Okay. Alright.
You won't be able to watch. Now, you don't know the language, but you have a feeling that this was probably staged. By that, I mean that the girl did this with premeditation. She probably has a kick of, seducing foreign sailors, foreign men. You would guess probably making them buy her a drink. Sure, we are finishing right now. Probably, buying her a drink, and then because of that, she entices envy in local male populace. It's like a game for her. You're almost certain about that. You have no idea if those rakes would do any lasting harm to Gustav. If they would actually use their blades, you don't think so, but probably some kind of a beating would take place.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you probably yourself are prepared to leave and fight, check out to see if Gustav ran back to the ship or if he's hiding in an alley somewhere. We'll end for today here. Michael, you need to go. Sure, no worries. So very quickly, for today's game, everyone gets basic 60 points. For your characters, everyone gets 10 points. For your for the place of birth, Gustav, you get 10 points. Johannes 10 points. Lambert.
Got nothing.
Okay. For religion, Gustav, you were bullshitting with Shalia, right?
Yeah, I made some shit up about Bagenhauer.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So it's not like a real religion, but I am trying to.
Sure. I'll give you 10 points. Johannes, 10 points. You were very faithful today. Lambert, what about you?
Nope. This was a very Johannes and Gustav-centric session.
But I can tell you right now that next one will be mostly about you. Or rather a large part about you. And it's going to be fun. Okay, so star sign. Gustav, what about you?
The dancer.
Yeah, 10 points. Sure.
I'm still out with the chick.
Yeah. Johannes, what about you?
I pick up on
The Piper. I feel like I was diplomatic with the French yeoman guys.
True, very true. And also with the Griffins. So sure, 10 points. Lambert, what about you?
The caution from Wyman the Anchorite. I was trying to think of other ways that Marla could be safer.
True. I'll give 10, of course. Dooming. Gustav, what about you?
From the darkness cometh the raven. I didn't have anything with Doom today.
Okay, Johannes, what about you?
Well, although I said I don't fear any discharge, that was sort of my doom in the sense I didn't specifically say because I only fear the man that is not a man, but that was kind of what I was trying to get at.
Okay, I'll give you 5 points, I think, for that. Lambert, what about you?
Man, I don't think I said enough words to fuck myself over on this one.
Okay. So Lambert gets 5 points for halfling, and you also did something rather the spices. I'll give you 5 points for that as well, because that was a good one. Any ideas that help push the scenario forward? I don't think so, but you know what, Gustav and Johannes, you also get 5 points for joining your your new team, so to speak, new post. And Lambert, I don't think I gave you points for actually joining the kitchen last time, so get yourself 5 additional points as well.
Alright.
Okay, Johannes, Sean, 5 points for running the calendar. Remember, every session you get that.
Oh, okay.
So if you didn't note 5 points last time, then please also do. Every session you get additional 5 points just for running the calendar, but you also note something else. Okay. And so that's it when it comes to the points. And now, very quickly, 3rd of August is fine or not?
Let me check here. Yeah, I should be back on. I should be good for the 3rd. I'll be at the beach from the 24th to the 29th.
Okay.
August 3rd?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Brian?
I think that works.
Okay, so for now we are playing on the 3rd of August. Right, so awesome. Thanks for the game, guys, and now I'll hear from you on the 3rd.
Okay, good.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Notes are up.
Thank you.
Cool.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See.